Imagine a place where the loudest intrusion is the thud of a ripe coconut hitting powder-soft sand. No exhaust fumes, no gridlocked traffic, no towering concrete monoliths blocking the sun, just the rhythmic, hypnotic lull of a warm tide breathing against a pristine shoreline. Welcome to Koh Rong Samloem. While its boisterous bigger sister Koh Rong dances to heavy bass lines until dawn, Samloem sleeps peacefully in a woven hammock. If you are scouring the map searching for the absolute best beaches in Cambodia, your compass firmly points here. This is the island you dream of when city life becomes suffocating. The transition from the chaotic mainland to absolute serenity begins with a quick 45-minute speed ferry from Sihanoukville. The moment the boat engines cut out and you step onto the weathered wooden pier at Saracen Bay, your heart rate instantly drops. The air feels different, thick with the scent of salt and blooming frangipani. Saracen Bay is the island's magnificent centerpiece. It is a perfect, sweeping crescent moon of blindingly white silica sand, meticulously framed by a wall of lush, emerald green jungle. The water here is not merely clear. It is a vivid, crystalline turquoise. It is so remarkably shallow and calm that you can wade out for hundreds of yards with the warm water barely grazing your waist. This bay defines the quintessential barefoot vibe. Shoes are not just unnecessary here, they are a physical hindrance. You spend your days walking from your eco-friendly bungalow to the water's edge, toes sinking into sand that squeaks softly beneath your weight. Life on Saracen Bay is delightfully unhurried. Mornings consist of strong Cambodian coffee and plates of fresh tropical fruit, while afternoons are reserved for floating effortlessly under a blazing sun. But Saracen Bay, for all its stunning postcard-perfect beauty, is merely the introduction. The true magic of Koh Rong Samloem lies in what you have to work to see. To experience the island's soul, you must leave the comfort of the beachfront cabanas behind. Look for a small, unassuming gap in the tree line behind the resorts. This is the trailhead to Lazy Beach. The short trek through the dense tropical jungle is a rite of passage for any visitor. For 40 minutes, the gentle coastal breeze is replaced by the humid, earthy aroma of the rainforest. Sunlight filters through a thick, overlapping canopy of broadleaf palms and ancient strangler figs, casting dappled, dancing shadows onto the red dirt path. You might spot a majestic hornbill swooping through the upper branches, or a curious macaque watching you silently from a distance. The hike is sticky and intensely tropical, making the ultimate destination even more rewarding. Then, the dense green wall suddenly breaks. Lazy Beach is exactly what its name promises. Tucked away on the island's more rugged western coastline, the stark white sands of the east are replaced by soft golden dunes. It feels like a Robinson Crusoe fantasy brought vividly to life. There are no speedboats anchoring here, no jet skis tearing up the horizon, just a scattering of rustic wooden bungalows, a sweeping, uninterrupted expanse of ocean, and total, magnificent silence. It is a mandatory pilgrimage for anyone who decides to visit Koh Rong. You collapse into a hammock, order a plate of fresh fish amok, and let the hours bleed into one another. Further north along that same western coast lies the aptly named Sunset Beach. If Lazy Beach is designed for napping, Sunset Beach is engineered for marveling. Reaching it requires a slightly steeper, more challenging hike, navigating weather-worn boulders and thick, tangled roots, but the payoff is absolute. Long before the sun begins to drop, however, you want to be in the water. The offshore reefs here offer some of the most vibrant and accessible snorkeling found anywhere on the Cambodian islands. Dive below the glass-like surface, and you are immediately immersed in a bustling underwater metropolis. Schools of iridescent parrotfish dart through intricate coral formations, while hidden seahorses anchor themselves to swaying seagrass. As daylight begins to fade, the sky transforms into a violent, breathtaking canvas of bruised purples, fiery oranges, and deep crimsons. You sit on the warm sand with an ice-cold Angkor beer in hand, watching the glowing, molten orb melt seamlessly into the Gulf of Thailand. It is a daily ritual that commands total silence and reverence from everyone on the beach. But the island's spectacular light show does not end when the sun vanishes. When darkness completely cloaks Koh Rong Samloem, the ocean itself wakes up. Wade into the water on a pitch-black, moonless night and gently agitate the surface. Instantly, thousands of microscopic bioluminescent plankton ignite around you. It looks as though someone shattered a galaxy and scattered the glowing stars directly into the tide. Swimming through these shifting, glowing blue auroras, is a humbling, surreal experience. It feels like pure magic, anchoring itself so deeply in your memory that it ruins you for ordinary beaches forever. If you eventually crave a touch of local culture after days of blissful isolation, charter a small wooden boat north to Mapai Bay. This is a working Cambodian fishing village that has warmly opened its arms to weary travelers without losing an ounce of its authentic soul. Here, the polished, barefoot luxury of Saracen Bay gives way to a charming, slightly rugged, and deeply communal backpacker vibe. You can eat fresh-caught squid grilled to perfection by a local family, sip cheap drinks with expats and divers, and watch beautifully painted wooden fishing boats bob rhythmically in the harbor. It's a raw, vibrant reminder that Koh Rong Samloem is not just a manicured tourist resort. It is a living, breathing community that thrives on the edge of the sea. In an era where every beautiful stretch of global coastline seems to be rapidly paved over, privatized, and commercialized, Koh Rong Samloem firmly holds the line. It demands a slower, more deliberate pace. It forces you to disconnect from the relentless digital tether and reconnect with the physical, natural world. There are no convenient ATMs here. The Wi-Fi is wonderfully, deliberately unreliable. You are forced to be entirely present in the moment. When planning your Southeast Asian itinerary, it is incredibly easy to default to the heavily trodden, overcrowded paths of southern Thailand or Bali. But true travelers seek the jagged edges of the map. They seek places that haven't been completely diluted by mass tourism and endless infinity pools. The Cambodian islands still possess that rare, raw, untamed magic. Whether you are seeking the pristine, shallow, mirror-like waters of Saracen Bay, the secluded jungle luxury of Lazy Beach, or simply a remote patch of sand to turn off your phone and breathe, this island delivers on every front. When you finally make the journey to visit Koh Rong Samloem, you realize you haven't just found the best beaches in Cambodia. You have found an antidote to modern life. Pack light, leave your shoes on the mainland, and let the island do the rest.